Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Sistas. This is Season 9, Episode 2. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. You can also leave your comments below. Subscribe if you are new here. Now let's get into this episode. Okay, so I might do a mashup with Divorced Sisters, so I don't want y'all to get too discombobulated. Only not that this episode wasn't good. It's just like some things were more one note as far as everything is about the hospital scene. So it's like I don't think I have to go into too much details but anyways, we'll see what happens. Just to forewarn you guys. Okay. So all the rest of the gang that now know about Karen, they are trying to get to the hospital. We know that Miss Lisa got there and Aaron got there at the end. So Zach and Andy are in traffic because of the blackout, and also Danny and Karen. Our other girl, Sabrina, she calls Maurice to tell him all that. You know, I want to say this. I think Maurice's role has been quite reduced. There's quite a difference even from Season 9. Season 8, he was, I don't want to say front burner, but he was quite heavily involved. We knew that he was with this new guy, and we hardly seen him during Season 9 or Season 8, or what is it? Season 7. That's what it was. That's when he was really. But now they've just really dwindled him down, and he's a voice message now, basically. But I know that these are not his friends. He's just friends with Sabrina. They know him, but hey. And this thing has to do with Karen, and I don't think that he really feels with Karen anyways. But I just wanted to point that out. Next thing you know, Karen feels the pressure of somebody trying to tell her to go and all this stuff. And she's like, why would anybody be doing all this? Especially you can see that we can't go right now in this traffic. And it's Danny right behind her. Danny gets up out of her car because she don't know it's Karen and is ready to fuss. And I know it's anxiety because you really want to rush up there to be with your friend. So they ended up talking, and she realized who she was honking at and all that. Karen had said previously, you know how these Atlanta folks don't know how to drive. And then Danny says, you don't know how to drive. She was saying that to Maurice. Maurice. So I was like, okay. Well, all of them finally made it to the hospital. There's a nurse up there that's trying to help them out because she sees that there's a lot of neglect. And she's just kind of this secret agent to try to help. And she knows that there's a certain demographic that this hospital is just not going to treat. And all that good stuff. So she's helping out as much as possible, despite Dr. Cruz. We learned that Dr. Cruz is the chief of obstetrician, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's an ology at the end, I don't know. But anyways, he's the chief over this. I said, oh my God. And he's treating her so awful. Her pain ain't really nothing. She's now all nauseated, Karen is, and really needs some help. And he's saying a lot of inflammatory and derogatory and microaggressive things towards her, and trying to point out that she got 2 baby daddies. That's not cool whatsoever. That's not cool. So Miss Lisa, she's wearing the crap out of these folks. She's not being physical or anything of that nature, but she's like, I need you to listen to her. You see that she has issues, da 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 da. He's trying to act like it's normal. Whatever. Fatima finds another doctor, Dr. Vaughn. And he asks, could you please just look in on this patient? We just think that she's not really being taken care of, and we just need some observation, please. Some other eyes on this. Dr. Vaughn is a 4th-year resident, and of course, his boss is Chief Dr. Cruz. So he's looking at Karen and seeing all of this blood, and he orders for an ultrasound. They do an ultrasound, and they find out that, he sees that there's only one heartbeat going. The other heartbeat is not happening. Karen is asking, let me see my babies on the ultrasound. He wouldn't do that because he wanted to consult. And he's really right in this situation. This is not his patient and all that. And he's a resident, so he has to just play his cards right. So he goes and tells Dr. Cruz. And he's like, oh, well. Like, Dr. Vaughn suggested that, she's going to need a C-section to deliver the baby that is still alive. Because there's a lot of dangers for even having a stillborn baby. I said, Lord, well, you're teaching me something. Not like I've been pregnant or anything, but it's just like there's a lot of danger and a lot of risk for black women in delivering babies. And of course, I'm glad that this episode did air to just show the need that black women need dealing with childbirth. So he was saying that explains the bleeding and all this other stuff that's been going on with her. She lost one of the babies probably in the last 24 hours, meaning when she first got to the hospital. The chief said, I need you to go away. This is my patient. You're just a 4-year resident. And that's just that. So Dr. Vaughn walks away from the situation. I can't blame him for it. It is what it is. At the same time, Sabrina is hearing everything that's being said. She goes back to the other ladies and tells her what's going on and what's happening and what Dr. Cruz is failing to understand, and that Karen might die in this whole situation. Zach walks up. He doesn't hear anything. Fatima takes him to the side to tell him that it looks like one of the babies did not make it. And if they don't do something quick for Karen, she may not make it. Or the baby and all that. And Zach breaks down. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Andy gets into lawyer mode, thank God. And says, look, he's giving us a lot of information. They try to go to Dr. Vaughn, like, could you please step in? And Karen's like begging, Sabrina, please do something. Will you step in? He says, you will have to get Karen to say that she wants another doctor. So then Andy and everybody else, they go in and they say, hey, I think you need another doctor. Dr. Vaughn ends up coming back into the room and saying to Karen, you lost one of your babies. And and he suggested that they get a C-section However, you're going to have to say that you want another doctor. Karen at that point was very emotional. She said, I knew something was wrong. I'm sorry, I was being emotional. If y'all weren't emotional, I don't know. It's cool if you weren't, you know. But that was quite sad. She said, I knew something was wrong. So she cried a little bit. Aaron cried with her. Lisa's being strong mother and all that stuff. So they called Dr. Cruz in there. He's coming in there, happy, joy, and saying, oh, Miss Mott, how are you doing? No, we want you out of here. Get off of our case. We want Dr. Vaughn here. And Lisa said, get the F out of here. Dr. Vaughn takes over, all that good stuff. The nurse is helping out and trying to be an ally. They're saying, look, don't crowd this hallway. Y'all got to separate, and only 2 people can be in the room and all that, just so that they don't kick you guys out for trying to be a disturbance and all that good stuff. Just being a good lookout. And she will tell them when she has news. So, Sabrina and Andy has been summoned by Karen to talk. She did agree to the C-section and all that. And she tells Andy and Sabrina, if anything happens, you choose the baby over me. They don't want to make that decision and all that good stuff. She said, no, promise me. That's a hard place and a hard decision to make. I mean, it's really not them that could really say anything. It's ever whomever, the mother. She's not married. The fathers, I guess, could say something, but I don't know legally who is responsible for all of that. Unless she signed a DNR, I don't know. But we shall see in the next episode and all that. So they didn't say anything. They teared up and all that good stuff. And then all of a sudden, Karen's heart gave out. And she's not responding at this moment. So, whew, that was a lot of drama. They tried to add a few humor moments in this episode, but I don't even think it was needed. It was just an emotional roller coaster to see how black women are treated. And I'm glad that we got to see it on national TV. You know, we hear about it. We don't get to see it. We don't get to see the actions of these doctors that don't care. And it's not just even white doctors. But they did use a white doctor to help set the scene of not really caring. So, y'all tell me what y'all thought about this episode. It was extremely a lot. I don't know. I think online people may have been second guessing or taking back some of the things that they said, because they did say that they wanted one of the babies to go to heaven. But it looks like everyone's caught up in the moment of what happened. So I don't know if any of you guys were one of them, but that's what's happening right now. But anyways, tell me your thoughts. Let me know. Maybe too soon to say, but do you think it was Zach's baby? Or do you think it was Aaron's baby? But we shall see. I don't think that really matters at this moment, because this black woman's life is hanging in balance, and also the baby that's still alive, life is in balance. So, so let's just hang in there and let's see what episode 3 gives us. That's all I do have. Thank you for coming. Again, please like this video, subscribe, and also leave your comments below. And until the next one, peace.